Hello friends, now in this lecture we'll discuss about the globalization. Now globalization is a topic which is very important in the present context because the reforms were carried in 1991 and today it's almost 1780. So 25 years of reforms have already passed. So we are in the silver jubilee of the reforms. Globalization means integration of Indian economy, if I talk about Indian perspective, with the rest of the world. In globalization, what do? You integrate the economy. But how does integration happen? Integration happens by dismantling the barriers. So how do you dismantle the barriers? What are the barriers to trade? When you integrate the economy, you try to ensure the economy is moving or economy is having trade with other countries as well. But dismantling of barriers will require in areas of tariff. Tariff means taxes, import duties. So we in the pre-reform period we discourage import and we focus on import substitution. So duties are very high, almost 300%. So if the 10 rupee item of US, if you want to purchase in India, the duty will be 300%. That means it will be available in almost 40-50 rupees. So the idea was to, in integration of the economy, in the globalization, you will dismantle the barrier of the tariff, that is trade, and you will reduce the tariff barriers of trade. So tariff, taxes, import duties will be reduced and it will be substantial. In fact, it was brought down from 300% to 10%. That was the level of barrier reduction. Or non-tariff barriers. Non-tariff barrier means some quality control. So government will put some quality control on foreign products coming to India, and those quality control could be much higher. Maybe that is applicable for not applicable for Indian companies, but it is applicable for foreign companies. So trade will be discouraged. So quality control, or there will be some quota system. So you will say that only this much item will be imported, rest will be domestic production. So these are non-tariff barriers, non-tax barriers. And at the same time, this will facilitate. Now this will facilitate imports. At the same time, you encourage investments. Foreign direct investment. FDI. In FDI, foreign companies invest in India. For example, we have McDonald's. So it has invested in India, it has made an FDI. So it has outlets across India, they have made an investment. When they invest in India, they make burgers, which is standard across the world. They provide quality burgers. At the same time, they send certain money back to their country. Why? Because the entity is foreign. So they will take the country money or the profits back to their parent country as well. But the investment will produce jobs, opportunities, range of varieties, goods and services, quality. So that is good for trade as well, business as well, and for people as well. Why? Because we are getting quality item. At the same time, there is a competition, and because of competition, there is quality products as well. So you investment FDI or FII, foreign institutional investors. So in FII, they basically invest in the markets. So in the foreign markets, they are going to invest. So these are the integration of the economy. At the same time, you also allow movement of technology. So technology transfer can happen from a X country to country like India. You can also allow movement of people. So Indian IT engineers working in the West and the abroad. So there is a movement of people as well. So globalization is a process in which you integrate the economy in the world, you dismantle the barriers, you allow export-import to happen. There is a movement of capital, finance, technology, goods and services, and at the same time there is a movement of people. So overall, globalization is mainly in the economic aspect. You allow the trade to happen, and the whole world becomes one big place. The whole world, So world trade, basically across, no barriers, across countries. So that is the objective of globalization. It is other thing that is the most, extreme end I'm talking about. But there are restrictions for foreign trade and business. But again, that restrictions are very less and limited. So higher is the level of globalization, minimum is these are the barriers. Lower level of globalization. So in 90s, the level of globalization was lesser. But today we are moving towards higher level of globalization. We have reduced these barriers to much higher extent. And that is the way these are the global. So globalization, but what has happened? How the globalization has impacted? Now, in this, we'll also understand that how globalization is impacted. Now, let's understand and let's go back to the same concept. The first plan discussed about, the first plan goal was economic growth. The economic growth catapulted from 4% average. Today we have an average economic growth of 6 to 7%. In fact, there was a phase of 2004 to 9. The economic growth averaged between 8 to 9%, like Asian tigers. So, post-globalization phase, we witnessed there is a higher growth. Somewhere there was animal spirit of entrepreneurship among the Indians that was given opportunity. A lot of Indian players, they got opportunity to go to West. They were able to do well in the country. They were able to capture the market. But at the same time, mostly it is about entry of foreign players, foreign investment, foreign capital, foreign trade, foreign businesses. So we can see here, if you go and see across the world and market in India, across the market in India, you'll find that in every sector there's a private players from foreign countries. So that is one of the aspects of the globalization. So this is how globalization. But what are the positives and the negatives of globalization? That is we want to understand. So positives and negatives of globalization is very important for us to understand. Positives of globalization, if we try to understand the positives and the negatives. The positives is high economic growth, job creation, another aspect, capital and investments from abroad, development, trade, especially exports. A lot of sectors India is doing well in terms of exports. We have gems and jewelries, petroleum products, agricultural machinery, agricultural items. So we are doing well in the exports as well. Around $300 billion of export that we are doing. So these are the positives. Economic growth, service sector driven. But there are negatives. Negatives, we are also witnessing a situation where there is an income inequality. There is a divide between rich and poor. At the same time, there is loss of jobs due to technology and automation. Also, there is an increase in contractual labor system. Hire and fire culture, no job security, there is a situation where there is trade, or you can say economy dependent on external factors. Since the economies are integrated, the economies are coupled. So we can see the economies of the world are coupled. It's like a train, and we have so many cabins connected with the train, right? So all the bogies are connected with the main engine. So if America is the biggest economy, the bigger economies, and it is controlling the world trade, India is one of the one of the bogies. So if American economy is not doing well, it will impact us as well. So there is this coupling can impact. What is happening in US can impact us economically, job creation, growth, investment, everything. And that is why this is a negative aspect as well. But there are positives as well. So overall, globalization has both positive and negative aspect. We'll analyze threat analysis of globalization will be done much in coming lectures, and we'll analyze this further. If you have liked this video, you can subscribe it and like it and pass it on to others. Thank you very much.